Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope you and your family are doing great. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you are in good spirit. That being said, welcome to the Common Sense channel. I just want to give a little disclaimer about the topic I'm about to discuss tonight. This topic is in connection to the video that I did on equality, a facade. Everything that I will say tonight are my own thought. They are based on empirical understanding of the environment and the world at large. They are also based on my own thought. I have not read any information on it. It's just based on my research that I've done. So I'm not using anyone thought on this or anyone research on this. It's just something that I have understood based on my understanding of my environment and the world around me and all that's happening across the globe and the world. The globe would be the world. So, tonight's topic, my friends, and all those people that have been watching my videos, is the D word, democracy. Democracy is a great idea. It's a great tool. It's a great instrument. The concept of democracy in and of itself is an excellent idea. But when the word democracy was hijacked, it changes the value and the essence of the word itself and the concept itself, democracy. So, like Christianity, democracy is a religion. It's a powerful religion. And if you don't know, it is a religion. And I'm going to show you why I think democracy is a religion. Like Christianity, at the spread of Christianity, the concept of Christianity is an excellent religion. It's an excellent religion. The teachings of Jesus, if applied, the world would be a better place. It would be a safe place. And I believe everyone would treat each other just based on the teachings of Jesus. But guess what? Like democracy, Christianity was hijacked by no other than the Roman Empire. Constantine himself made Christianity the empire religion. And when it became the empire religion, the essence, the goodness of that powerful teachings that Jesus himself had put out there became an instrument for evil. So the essence of the religion itself became something else. And everybody that knows the early believers were not called Christians. This is historical facts. But guess what? They became a Christian because the Roman Empire adopted that religion as their official state religion. So the true meaning of Jesus' teaching became obsolete. But yet, there were still people willing to go by the scriptural definition of what it means to be a believer in Jesus, not Christ. Christ is a title. Now, when Christianity was spread, whether you like it or not, you had to subscribe. And those people that refuse to become part of this newfound hijack religion, Christianity, were victims. This is historical facts. You cannot dispute this. Instead of having it situated in one part of the world, it became a crusade to go every which way. And then everywhere Christianity went, there was sorrow, destruction, death, and diseases. It's true. Because now the essence of a religion that would have been a force for good has become a state religion. And those people that refuse to play by the new rules or the new laws, they were either killed or they had to submit. And if they didn't submit to this new religion, their lives were taken away from them. And it's true. There are people that had to have their name changed. Clear evidence. The Inquisition is one of them. You can check it out. You can go online and research the Inquisition, and it will come up. It was a terrible, almost as if it was the dark age in the history of religion and mankind. I'm not demonizing Christianity, because I've said in the beginning that it's a force for change, but there's a historical beginning of the spreading of Christianity that you cannot dispute. Now, let's talk about democracy in our day and age. Democracy is a religion, and I think it's one of the most powerful religion on the planet. Whether you want to accept it or not, it is a religion. But like Christianity, democracy has a way of discussing itself. And let me tell you how it does it. The first of all the many presidents of the United States to set this to become a religion, to set democracy as a religion that all nation, all people of the world must follow. And in order to do that, he had to set an alliances with the papacy, and that was Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson was the first American president to visit the papacy. You can check that out. And that was a way of solidifying the legacy or the introduction of democracy to the world. And everyone must follow. And ever since Woodrow Wilson, I'm not going to say all American presidents, but there have been numerous American presidents that once they come to power, they, my friend, must pay a visit to the papacy and must pay him their respect in order to solidify the newfound religion called democracy. Now, democracy is a great concept, great idea, great tool for the advancement of humanity, for the advancement of civilization. But when it was hijacked, it became a force. Instead of a force for change, it became a force that you had to either succumb to or be annihilated. And it's true, we see that in our world today. All those people I've seen, I can sit here and give you a list of countries that have fought against accepting Christianity, and they were gone. Individuals too, not just countries. They either succumb or they be wiped out. There are only 2 countries in the world that are formidable, and because of their power, they, my friend, have remained what in the position that they are today, and it's China and Russia. Those are the only 2 countries that democracy, the elements of democracy, have not found a way to make them submit to the power that runs this world. Democracy, my friend, is the most powerful religion on the planet. And democracy is the God of this world, whether you like it or not. And now let me give you some arrows and some tools of democracy. These are the enforcers. They call them the enforcers. And they are found by few members. Russia and China, they are just hindrance. The 3 of them, that including the great United States of America. I won't say Great Britain because it's just England. And then the other one is France. Those 3 countries, or these 3 countries, are the enforcer of democracy. Let me tell you, I see most African countries are trying to join the Security Council. My friend, you will never join that council. You'll never be part of it. In order to join the Security Council, you have to restructure the entire United Nations. And guess what? Anyone, I'm not talking about African, I'm talking about African countries. Anyone in those countries that try to force that stuff, my friend, you will be gone. If it were true that equality actually works, it would have been done ever since. In African countries, 1 or 2 would have been permanent member. I'm not talking about non-members, because they're so crafty that they give some countries non-membership. What is that? That means you can just sit there and listen, but you don't have no power. Whenever they convene a meeting to discuss world event, the meeting has already been decided by individuals that are not even sitting in our room. These individuals, my friend, are the gatekeeper and the enforcer of global power. Any president that comes to become a leader of the free world, the United States, must pay and respect in order for them to be the leader of that organization. So, my friend, when you look at Joe Biden, don't ever underestimate Joe Biden. Mr. Biden, President Biden, is one of the most powerful men on the planet, my friend. He is so powerful that life and death lies in his hands. He is powerful. You don't even know. That's how powerful Joe Biden is. Every leader that comes through this country, except Donald Trump, refuse to do what his predecessors had done. And that's why he's in the trouble he is today. Democracy, again, is a religion. And all those that refuse to adhere to it, its rules, its regulation, its concept, will not live. Or if they do, I already give you one of that tool. The second tool that they use is the IMF. The IMF is one of the most powerful tools that democracy, the religion uses to subdue anyone that stands in its way. They don't really care about life. They don't care about equality. They don't care about the concept of freedom. It don't mean nothing. So if you're sitting there and you're saying, oh, why are all these things happening and they're not doing anything about it? It's because you don't know that the people that run the religion of this world called democracy do not care much about life. All they care about is control and power. In any countries that stand in their way, my friend, they will do whatever it takes to get you out. The weaker countries, most of them subdue. The powerful countries, they'll just play around them, but they can't do anything to them. They would try all kind of means to sabotage them, but it's not going nowhere because they have the same amount of power that they have. And if you look at the Arab world, the reason why they don't mess too much with the Arab world until now, we see what's happening in the Middle East. And anyone watching the situation now would say, now is the time the Arabs are finally fighting for their freedom, just like what Africa went through. The Arabs are now fighting for their freedom. That war is not a religious war. I just feel pity for the innocent lives on both sides. But that war is a war for freedom from colonialism. Colonialism still exists today, although they say it doesn't, but it does. That's what that whole fight is. And I think this now is the time. And I don't know what November is going to look like. But from what I can see, November is going to be a blazing month. It's going to be a terrible month in global politics, in the world at large. If you're paying attention to that part of the world, because it's a fight for dominance. That's what it is. Not a fight for anything else but dominance, but control. So the power against democracy must fight to gain control. So you either submit or you die. Life is meaningless. It's just like if you read the Old Testament from Genesis, everything you hear in there is not the Creator talking. It's humans telling another humans to go and destroy another nation, another country. That's what you're seeing happening now. So if you're out there and you see the world is blowing up and you don't understand what's happening, know that this war has nothing to do with God. The power that runs this earth is fighting to still relevant and to still in control. And any country, any individuals, any groups that stand in their way, or religion that stand in their way, they will trump you. They will get rid of you. And that power that fighting all of this thing, my friend, is democracy. It's a religion that everybody, everyone, they will use. If they use the IMF, it don't work, they will use something called coup d'etat. Coup d'etat. Even if you fight back, they'll come back again. So I know my beloved president of Sierra Leone is doing his best to have sitting power in the Security Council. I applaud you, Mr. Beale, but guess what? That club is going to be hard for anyone. If South Korea didn't have a seat in that club, the closest to their club is South Korea, maybe Taiwan. But if they didn't have a seat in that club, you, my friend, you will not. Because the people that run that club, they want to remain the hegemony of global affairs. Equality does not mean anything to democracy. Freedom does not mean anything to democracy. Those are all tools they use when you're trying to take someone down or a country down that does not agree or align with the hegemony. That's what it is. So, when you're out in the world, don't look at Christianity as I know a lot of people pick on Christianity as the powerful religion on the earth. No. There was a time when the Pope, when he spoke, everybody bowed down. The Pope has relinquished his power to democracy. Democracy is the main force of global affairs. It's the religion of the world, my friend. So when you're out there, just know this. Democracy must be spread by all means necessary. And the forces behind them, in order for you to get rid of that forces, you must either dismantle the United Nations. The United Nations was founded on a good foundation to stop war. That was the main intention of the United Nations, to intervene where there's war, there's crisis. Where, the intention was great until democracy hijacked the United Nations, just like how democracy hijacked Christianity. Anytime a powerful force, like a state, like you saw when I started talking about the Roman Empire hijacking Christianity, it's the same way democracy hijacked religion, Christianity. When that first United States president visited the Pope, that was the beginning of the hijacking process. And then every other presidents after that continue that full step. The American people are as victim as the world, the rest of the world. You will wonder, prior to 1945, America never talked much about democracy, because America, the great United States, supported every kind of regime you can think about. That's facts too. Whether it was totalitarianism or dictatorship or whatever, sectarianism, whatever that form of government was, the great United States supported those governments. The great United States did many things, all in the name of democracy. Because democracy, my friend, is a religion. Just like Christianity early days, the spreading of Christianity to Americas, to the Americas, to Africa, to wherever in the world. It was either you accept the Bible in one hand and then the gun in the other. So those people that fought back, they annihilate them. And those people that succumb, they became subject. So that's what it is. It's a religion. It took me about 6 years, I think 6 or 7 years, to understand how it works. But in order for it to work, In order for democracy to work, it must disguise itself in the system. And the way it did it was to hide in Christianity. The concept of democracy is excellent. No one can dispute that you want equality for everyone, good living, everyone treated the same, good governance, people deciding their own faith, people deciding who become their leader. But if you look at how it's applied, then it starts to make sense that this concept itself is not applicable because the people that runs it do not mean to make it work that way. It's all about dominance, control, and that's it. So my friend, I decided to do this video because I wanted you to know on the Common Sense channel, we talk about these things because people know them. There are a lot of people out there that know these things, but they're not willing to talk about them the way we talk about them on the Common Sense channel. We are not trying to expose anyone or any organization or anything like that. We just want people to know the truth. And like I've always said in all of my videos, the truth is what sets you free. Nothing else. No power like democracy or any form of government or system can set you free. But the truth, only the truth can set you free. When you know the truth, then at least you're aware. You're not out there getting all emotional when you see people dying, you see wars, destruction, disease. And if you notice, democracy, the elements of democracy, not the true meaning of democracy, but the hijackers of democracy, they are willing to start a situation somewhere, a war. And then once that war starts, people die and they will just swoop in and come and say, oh, we the savior will help you. Meanwhile, they already gotten what they want. Whoever, they don't mind killing thousands of people just to get at one person, they would do that. So you succumb to the will. So all the wars you see with China, Russia, these are all wars of dominance. That's what it is. They're just trying to dominate. But some people in this world, you can dominate. And some people you mess with. And I think the Arabs are now waking up. They are waking up, and I see a terrible world. The world is, the Arabs are not people you want to mess with. Even the hijackers of democracy, they know. They know. But they are willing to take a stand. They are willing to try. Why you want to try something that you know so you're not going to win? But as always, democracy must win the day, and all the other systems out there are all subject. The people that run democracy are not stupid. We are just the subject. But some of us see it, so because we see it, we know. I'm a victim of it. I always say, I died in the 1990. I was a little boy. That's when I died, when our war started in Sierra Leone. That's when I died. When I say I died was the time I lost my childhood. There are terrible things that happen in war, especially to children. Yes, you grow faster. You lost your innocence. You get PTSD. And the PTSD that I'm talking about, it lasts with you for a long time. You may not know it, but it's in you. Just from the things that you see that happens to you, happen to others, that happen to your community, your neighbors, your country. So I've always been somebody that's against war. Because when I first came to this country, I had spent 3 years researching on why me and many other children didn't had our childhood stolen from us. We didn't play like other kids play. We couldn't even go to school, regular school. You know, if we're lucky, maybe we'll have like maybe 1 or 2 years in peace, and then phew, there's another coup. So that's our story. That's how we grew up from the 90s all the way to 2000. So that's our life. So for that reason, I spent a lot of time researching and comparing and contrasting and looking at why the world it is what it is. But the reason is democracy. Like I said, it's a great concept. Even the Greek, they look at it, they try to implement it, but they found out that it couldn't work because not every human being think alike. Not all society think alike. We have different, apart from religion, because religion means regions. Wherever region you find yourself, that's how you develop your religion. So regardless of that, we all think differently. Our cultures are different. Our values are different. Those things that we hold dear to our hearts are different. So it's hard for the concept of democracy to work. So the only way democracy can work, as it's lasted this long, is through brute force and control and dominance. And because of that, it makes democracy a religion. Because anything that is forced upon people is a religion. Only religion can be forced on people. Someone tell you have to pray 3 times a day, or 4 times a day, or 5 times a day, or you have to go to church certain day of the week. You can't go to church on Monday. You can't go to church on Tuesday. You have to do it on this specific day. If someone tells you that every 25th of so and so year, that's the day you have to celebrate, you don't have no choice. You see, like some people choose not to. Some people, those who know the truth, they say, no, I will celebrate on my day, the day that I've set as the day that I believe. So again, you see, we all don't think alike. And because of that, democracy decided that, you know what, you either do it my way or there's no way out. As Malcolm X states, any means necessary. Any means necessary. Even if we have to turn your whole country over and over, we'll do it and rebuild it. We'll do it, but you must succumb to our religion, democracy. So, my friend, whenever you see democracy, anyone talking about, if you pay attention, if you watch the other party in this country, the Republican Party, they barely talk much about democracy because they know the only party that focuses on democracy in this country are the Democrats. And they know, and they understand that every element of that, the idea or ideology, is not applicable. But yet, they would talk of it as if it means something. Because the more you talk about things over and over, any elements of that thing, it becomes true. It becomes factual. And that, my friend, is the element of democracy. Democracy, again, is a religion, and I think it's the most powerful religion than even Christianity or Islam. And I will tell you this. And actually, democracy is the God of this world. I've said and I'll say it again. Democracy is the God of this world. The Creator does exist, but those who run this earth are humans, and democracy is the tool. As I've always stated in all of my videos, and I will again, the greatest thing that can happen to any man is not the day you're born, not the day you bought your first car, the day you moved in your first apartment, or the day you graduated from high school, college, or got your first degree, or had your first child. The greatest thing that can happen to any man or woman is the day you discover yourself. Because from that day on, everything, absolutely everything, will start to make sense to you. And that including things that you never knew about. You will discover them, and they'll start to make sense to you. I want to thank everyone who have subscribed to my channel. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank all the viewers, those people that view my channel. You are smart, and I know you're like me. We're seeking the truth, and the truth will be told, no matter how long. The truth is like light. It has life in it. No matter how long it takes, it will come out. And when it comes out, the world will know. Have a blessed day, and I hope you and your family are doing great. Thank you again for watching my video.